Jax. What are you doing in London? What are you doing there? What are you experiencing? Why are you there?
Okay, so I'm in London. What I'm experiencing is rain. The day that I got here, it's like I brought Toronto's rain. It has been raining for 6 days, and apparently it was beautiful here before I got here. And tomorrow morning I fly to Dublin, and it gets nice the second that I leave.
Oh, nice.
But no, I'm here. Yeah. So I'm going to Ireland. It's going to be even colder and rainier. No, I'm here. I'm here for a number of reasons. I just wanted to have kind of like a little summer trip. I also went and saw a tremendous concert yesterday that I'll tell you more about in a bit. Also, my friend just had a brand new baby. I have a couple of friends over here. It's just like a reason to go to. I have no shortage of reasons to go to London. London's fabulous. So yeah, it's been a blast.
Now,
it's been a blast.
I just sent you a TikTok because I want you to watch this, and we're featuring this on the show.
Okay, so
because I want to ask you about travel.
With our new tech setup, Adam, I just have to go get my phone.
Oh, okay.
Hang
you
on
go
one
get
second
it.
Here. We're working out the kinks here. 1 second.
I hate it here. Okay, if you've traveled to Paris, you probably know exactly what that girl is talking about. I've been to Paris a couple times, and it is one of my least favorite places to go. The only reason I go there is because it has really cheap flights from America. And I don't mean any offense to any French people living there or anybody who loves Paris. I'm just telling you what I saw when I was there. First of all, it's super dirty. Like, there's trash everywhere. Second of all, it's kind of dangerous. Like, there's sketch people everywhere also, and there's a lot of pickpockets, and like, I have a lot of people that have gotten robbed in Paris in broad daylight. Number 3, the people are just mean, and like, I know like stereotype that French people really don't like Americans, but there it's like extra hard. Workers are always on strike, so trains don't go on the right schedules. It's hard to get around. Trash piles up. Comment if you want more of my list.
He seems like a Debbie Downer. Let me tell you what.
It's so interesting watching that, because that popped up on my For You page this morning, and I thought, man, that's so perfect with Jax traveling to London. I wanted to talk a little bit about places like you loved, and then places that you thought you might love and spent a pile of money to go to and then didn't. And Paris seems to be, for some people, like, I've had members of my family say, oh, I hated Paris. And I liked it. I had a lot of fun in Paris, but people complain about like what's going on around the Eiffel Tower, whatever. I was there probably 8 years ago. So maybe things have changed. You've been to Paris?
I've never been. I'm lucky to be out in Dartmouth. Like, let's be honest here.
So you've never been? Okay.
All right. No, I've never been to Paris. I'd love to, but I haven't.
What place have you traveled that you were hoping you would like, and then you came away and you went, you know what? I don't think I'm ever going back there.
Maybe Berlin, but I think like literally the only reason is because it was the winter. And I mean, it was a hard city. I feel like
I hear Berlin can be, I hear Berlin can be very like, it's got that gray concrete communist feel. Is that right?
Like,
but it's also like
rich
cultural though, right?
Yeah, it's incredibly cool. And I had some friends. I went, I don't know, like 8 years ago, something, but I thought it was going to be incredible and bopping and wild. I went in the winter, so I imagine that it is the summer. Maybe I'm just like doe-eyed, but I'm just happy to like be anywhere.
Right.
So right. I'll make the most out of it. Like Adam, it has it is everyone in London right now is depressed. Like, it is a bummer weather right now. And I'm walking around like, ooh, can you feel the city? Can you feel the rhythm? Like, I'm happy to be here because I feel like, yeah, it's nice.
It's my favorite place on earth. I love London. It's the best. And so, Steph, do you have one? I want to ask you this because.
Yeah, I do have one.
Okay, give it to us.
I love Spain, like love Spain, but I went to Ibiza and I don't think I'll go back there.
Really? Okay, so I've heard it's past its peak in terms of, because I was never the guy that was like staying out late and raving. Like, I think in Jax's peak years, that would have been perfect for her. But I've heard that it's a lot of lineups, and it used to be super cheap, but now it's like really expensive.
Yeah, maybe
I hear it's so expensive.
Yeah, maybe that's the problem, is that I went about maybe like 8 years ago also.
Mm-hmm.
And it was it's really expensive. I'm also not like the stay up late raver type, so maybe that's also an issue. But it was just like so expensive, filled with like Jersey Shore type Brits.
It does draw like an inordinate amount of douchebags.
Yeah, like very douchey types of people. And like, we would just like, okay, 10 p.m., go to sleep and wake up at 2 a.m. because we have to go to this party. And I'm like, I'm not waking up.
Right.
Like,
That's very Spain too.
Some of the sets start. Yeah, some of the sets start at 7 a.m. And even in Miami, it's wild. It's like, why? I'm so tired.
It's not for me.
Well, isn't that the Spanish thing though? Is like a lot of them. It's like because of siesta. Like a lot of the time, like people will like they'll work in the morning and then they'll eat and then the restaurants will all close down.
Yeah,
and then everybody goes and has a nap, which I love, by the way. I was meant to be Spanish, dude. Like that is my, I could take a nap every afternoon. But then I guess people, they go back to work, but it's a lot more social.
Yeah.
And there's like, I was watching a TikTok once where a guy was like, literally, I saw kids getting off a bus at like 11 p.m. for dinner.
Oh, wow.
Because they eat late,
They
right?
do, yeah.
And I don't know, Jax.
It's a better world.
It is.
It's a better world.
It is. I get the feeling sometimes I go over
world.
to Europe and I'm like, man, they're having way more fun over here. I know I'm on vacation, but like this still feels like more fun. A couple of places that I know, I polled some of my friends, so I wanted to see if you guys have been into these places. So I've heard a lot of complaints about Santorini, where it's absolutely stunning, but what you see on Instagram is not what it is. Cause it's like, you see the one Instagram influencer and it's all the rooftops and it's beautiful cascading hills with all the white buildings and that sort of thing. But then it's the lineups and the fact that it's like hours and hours and hours to get up to the top. Have you guys been? Have you been?
No, I've never been.
Jax, have you heard of it like that?
I've wanted to go and I've heard that it's just a lot of standing and waiting, and I don't want to do that. I've heard people like that say it's absolutely breathtaking, but because like, I mean, what was
everybody
it?
wants to be
the
there.
Traveling Pants. Yeah. Like I want to go. I'd love to go, but I don't want to stand. My legs already ache. I don't want to do that.
Can I give you one that's mine? I feel unfair for saying this, but I went to Cleveland once to see a baseball game. And I feel like this is very unfair to the city of Cleveland. But I think it was like 2013, 2014 or something like that. And it was still in recovery after the crash a little bit. And I hear it's better now, but there was like one street where there was restaurants and that was it. And I remember being sort of surprised. Now the baseball stadium was beautiful. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame was really cool. I didn't go in the fall, so I couldn't see a football game, which I know, Jax, you're right into. But
Go Steelers.
Cleveland, I was like, I don't know if I'll do this again. And I asked my wife, Natalie, and she said, okay, everybody's going to hate her for this. Everybody's going to hate her.
Don't do it.
She said Machu Picchu.
Really?
And so she said it's not Machu Picchu that's the problem. She said the problem for me.
What?
The problem for me, she said, is the hike to get to Machu Picchu.
Yeah, that's fair.
Which is like a day. And it's uphill and you're going to the bathroom on the side of the trail and they give you these leaves to chew on that give you more energy. And no, I'm not even kidding. They do.
All right.
And she's got a bat. She blew out her knee. So she's like, it's just not, that is not for me. She's like, if you ever want to go, cause I've never been, she's like, we're taking the train up because there's a train. So,
okay. Can I ask something very like potentially dumb?
Yeah.
Is Machu Picchu, once you get to Machu, do you have to hike again? Or is it just a sightseeing thing once you get up there?
It's a sightseeing thing. And then you got to go back. So if you hiked up, you got to walk back too. And you're camping.
Oh God, that is a lot. I bet it's breathtaking, but my God, that's a lot of work.
So yeah. There were people, they had no cell reception until they got to the top of Machu Picchu and then they got it. And there were people making phone calls on the top of Machu Picchu, which I think is hilarious too.
Like Uber Mountain. Yeah. Like I'd be like, come get me. Get me out of here.
Now, Jack, since you're in one of the coolest cities in the world, what's the one thing about London that you want to import to where we live in Toronto?
Oh my God, that's hard. Culture. No.
It could be anything. I'll give you mine because I put you on the spot.
Okay.
I want to be able to have a pint out on the street like they do in London. You go in, grab a pint, you can walk outside of the bar, drink with your friends, and then you go back in and fill it up. We can't do that here. It's so annoying. It's like, we don't have a table for you. In London, it's like, what are tables? You stand up and you drink beer. And I want that.
Literally, yeah. I was talking about you multiple times. I mean, I often am talking about you, but I was telling people because it's such a, I mean, I'm sober, but it's such like a drinking culture here. There's so many non-alcoholic options, but it's pub culture. It's like, you know, like patio culture. And that's how people like connect, and it's community. And I'm sure it gets out of control, et cetera. But like we talked, I remember years ago about this when we were getting, you know, the ability to drink sometimes in parks during the pandemic.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, remember you were like, if we are like Europe, like if we were treated like Europe, like excuse my language, fucking adults, we could be out. And that's how everybody acts here, is like, they're just like out having a beer on the street or in a park, and they're enjoying themselves. And like, there's tables of people just hanging and chatting and laughing and smoking and dancing. It's like the wizards, the beer wizards are everywhere. It's incredible.
I went to a pub in North London when I was there for work once, and it's so cool because you're in a place where so much good music is like a local band.
Oh, it's wild.
And I remember I was at a bar and they played, you know, Kylie Minogue, who's from Australia. And then they went into oh God, what are they called? They're the band. They're like very cool band. I bet you'd look good on the dance floor. I can't think of their name. Come on, Jax. You would have loved these guys.
The Arctic Monkeys?
The Arctic Monkeys, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
So then they played the Arctic Monkeys, and then they went into the Rolling Stones. And I was like, and there were people who were like in their 70s in this pub that were, you know, with people who were like in their 20s, and it was totally cool. Everybody's dancing. I'm like, man, that is like, there are so many places here where I'm like, man, I'm just too damn old to be at that spot. And like that just didn't exist in this place. And I love that about London.
It's absolutely wild. I was texting with Steph today, and I don't know if there'll be a chance to tell you this later, so I'm going to tell you it right now because we're talking about music. But last night, I went to this. It's called Lido Fest, and there was a bunch of bands playing. And because London's so small, like a lot of the musicians, like they would just hop on stage and do like, you know, guest appearances, etc. But I saw on TikTok today that guess who was in the crowd, and I imagine probably not that far from me.
Who?
Harry Styles.
No, are you serious?
Yeah. He was at the fest last night. Yeah.
How far away?
So my friend Will and I, we upgraded and went VIP just because it was raining all day. We just wanted to be more comfortable. I was like, he could have been in VIP because it looked like the pictures that I saw that he was in like by a gate, so like watching it, but I imagine that he was in some sort of contained area because you can't just be, but also like I feel like he's often just bopping around like quite a bit. I feel like you don't get bothered that much here. Well, so he could have just been watching the show. I kind of wondered that. Like, is there the same hysteria for him in a place like London where everybody's famous, right? Like you go to you go to LA, there are paparazzi that follow you around. London paparazzi, like famous for following people around. But like, I wonder if, you know, I don't know if he could go get groceries, but is that a city where he'd get left alone? I you know, if he's at a music festival or something like that. A lot of celebrities in Toronto get left alone just because that's just the way it is. So I don't know. I'm curious. I would be curious. I think he just like bops around and goes like on his like Lime bike. Like you apparently he's around a lot. But with that being said, there are not one, not two, not three, but 6 back-to-back Beyonce shows this week. Whoa. So there's a lot of fans of just pop music in town. So he may just be trying to keep a low profile, right? And she's doing the Cowboy Carter tour right now. Adam, I've never seen more cowboy hats in any city. London is full of cowboy hats.
Love it.
It's bizarre right now. It's bizarre. Yeah.